Yeah. So, and obviously what was doing in the emissions back then was very much an apocalyptic sound, wasn't it? And I was looking at this apocalypse and this millennialism, and it comes back, you know, when there's like a 1,000-year mark. And I suppose there wasn't a 1,000-year mark at the time of the first millennium, when there's all these sort of wild prophets everywhere, like on the life of Brian, from which you know, the major religions that we've got around us now have evolved from. I mean, that was sort of the beginnings of those, because it looked like it was the end of days, and the whole sort of thing resurfaced again, and again resurfaced in the 1100s with you know, everybody thought it was the end of the world, because this is end of the 1,000 years, and then when the world turned upside down in the 1600s, and they sort of gave up this idea of the divine right of the kings, and that perhaps the spirit could actually speak through you and speak to you again. When these great movements like the levelers and the diggers started up, that looked like it was like a new beginning, or the end of something. And right now, you know, I don't know. I mean, I grew up in the shadow of the bomb, and it's the shadow of the bomb which is overshadows those early recordings of Nocturnal Emissions, like the end of everything, like this stupid human destructiveness, really, sort of overdoing things, just humans being too busy. So I think this idea of being too busy and too active has sort of got me into doing this minimal stuff, because one of the problems I had with this new agey music that I was listening back then, which is probably called ambient music now, but then they were calling it new agey music. That was all on cassettes. The problem with that was there's too much virtuosity involved, I found. And I was listening to it, you know, and I was thinking how many notes are being pressed on that piano, you know, how many twiddly bits are being done. All this showing off, really, I guess it is. This showing off of how many notes you can play, sort of a thing. I don't need that. I just need the pure sound, And it's a different function for music, really. This idea, this creation of soundscapes. I mean, music always generates a certain vibe and a certain set of memories, and I find it very pleasant to play the same records over and over, you know, over the years. I'm sure loads of people just have this bunch of records that they made an impression on them very early on in their lives, and they just keep returning to them. I suppose you should keep exposing yourself to new music all the time, but not all the time, you know. I mean, I quite like listening to nothing, and if I'm going to listen to next to nothing, I go for these minimal works, really, and that is letting the machines do the work for you.